You're not buying it.
No, I don't buy that. I think Mr. Girardi, his power, it was so alerting. He did everything. Kimberly Archie said when her son passed away, she needed to get the body from somewhere and she was making calls and no one was taking her call. Of course, like who is she? And Mr. Girardi made one call and that body came home or came to her and she was like, Tom's power was intoxicating. So I don't buy it all. And will he see the inside of a jail at 85? I don't know. But let's get a guilty verdict and
Yeah,
let's
but
have some
I think
justice.
this is a good defense, don't you? Because
Very good. Yes, I like it. I do. I
if
like it.
they can put on Chris Kaman, that this guy was really the one handling all the accounting, approving the transactions, unless Kaman can really prove emails and stuff, how can you say he didn't siphon it? And maybe, again, they claim Tom is competent and faking the dementia. I guess that's true because it is true. I should go with that because they've had therapists and people evaluating him. But still, if you're bringing in $1 billion, are you checking on your accountant? You're probably like, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a good defense, but it's interesting to me. The public, nobody seems to really care. I don't know. It's kind of a quieter case than I thought it would be.
Nobody seems to care. I'm not so sure that I care. And I wish them well. Jennifer Tilley says that she loves being on RHOBH and compares it to Master Class working with Martin Scorsese. This Jennifer Tilley.
Isn't that a compliment to the producers, to everybody working on the show? Martin Scorsese, one of the greatest directors of all time. Tilley sounds like she's having a ball. Now we know Tilley already was kind of a part of the circle with Kathy and everything, but it sounds like Tilley's like right in it, don't you think?
She's right in it. She's never going to turn on Sutton, so that's never going to happen. I don't know if she'll get her hands dirty. I think they could be happy with having her be light and bright. I mean, although Hilton got her hands dirty by default, I mean, Miss Kathy had some things going on around her, but she also is light and bright. Look, Tilley, you're in a long line. We had Eileen Davidson, we had Rinna, we have Garcelle. Lots of actresses coming to the BH, so you're in good company. And look, you make a good living off the Chucky royalties and all, but this is not a bad gig, honey, to have. Although Jennifer Tilley lives right near Sutton and Kathy in Bel Air, so Jennifer Tilley's doing that Chucky stuff. That pays. Like she's got some money
Well,
here, this Tilley.
yeah, she probably got residuals from like back in the day when they were good. But she says that she's, quote, was more excited to meet Kyle Richards and Erica Jane and the other ladies than she was to even meet Elizabeth Taylor. What? I
Wow.
think I want
And
to.
then I'm thinking, like, man, I guess she never had scenes with Miss Jane and Erica. I mean Kyle. I'm so for it. I love this franchise. We're gonna have fun with this franchise. Rinna trying to tell us Harry sauce? Is that what she's doing? Oh, and Buco de
What is
Beppo is
this?
going bankrupt, guys. So bad news for Dorit.
Buca de Beppo. Now, wait a minute. Was Buca, what was its connection to Dorit? I saw that photo and everything. What was it? What's the
She had
connection?
that room. Remember, she had her Dorit room. She helped design it because she's such a designer, I guess, now on the
Oh,
side. She had that big event there. She had all the ladies there. I even think this is when was Teodoro. I think Teodoro was still on the show at that point. I think Teodoro was at
oh,
that dinner.
okay.
Yeah, Teodoro. And I think it was like the height of Erica. It's all blends together. You think Erica at BravoCon was 10 years ago. Apparently, I'm not so great with years and dates either. That I remember, but I think Teodoro, I think this is with the height of the Tom stuff. Was that happening? I don't know. It all blends
Teodoro.
together. But I remember the Buco de Beppo room. We had some limoncello. We had some lemons on the wall, and it's going out. So I'm sorry, Miss Kemsley. There is actually one in Times Square, New York City. So for all of you who are heading to the Big Apple, you can go to Red Lobster, which is still there. Lots of those are closing. You still got that at Times Square. You can go do that. Go watch the ball drop and have yourself a big tourist weekend in the Big Apple, baby.
No,
Yeah.
declaring bankruptcy doesn't necessarily mean that they're closing, although This is usually the first step, but they say they were ravaged by the pandemic. It's really hard. The pandemic, I'm still hearing from a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of small business owners, what the pandemic did to them, and big ones. Big ones. That was so devastating. It's people are still, I think they got that stimulus boost for a minute. Very hard to recover now with
Remember that?
inflation costs and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's
like
hard.
I said,
Hard.
it's like I said to someone today, earlier already. I said I might be retiring when this goes south. And they said, why would that go south? Why would the podcast, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I mean, don't people, eventually move on in life? Not today.
No, they don't. Especially not with podcasts. Once they find their podcast, it's
Some
on.
right. Some of my people said that's what someone else said to me on my back office team. They said people love consistency. You're worried for nothing. Just
Oh,
trying to remain humble. What is Rinna posting? She's posting a big thing of pasta and says, "You know what's coming." Is it Harry sauce? I don't know. Am I just using this as an excuse to mention Lisa Rinna?
I didn't even think she said that on the caption, but people were like going nuts that this is the teaser. Oh, guess what's coming? You're right, she did. Yeah, so okay, I think it's Harry sauce.
Oh,
People
cool.
people are trolling her. Girl, you're decorating a room at Boca de
I
Pepe.
saw.
Oh my God, you guys are bringing Harry sauce to the world. I bet they are bringing Harry sauce to the world.
Icon. I'll say it. I'll say it again. And no one could ever get me to think otherwise. She will always hold a special place in my heart. Will she be on? Hey, Daphne Zuniga. Hey, Laura Layton. And hey, Courtney Thorne Smith. They've already had Grant Show and Andrew Shue on the Melrose podcast. I don't think they asked him about TJ. She's just there to do a recap, but get Lisa Rinna on, girls. Come on. She'd be great for your ratings. Get her on the Melrose Rewatch podcast. Still the place. That's a non-sponsored ad right there, guys. Don't get paid for that. I don't usually mention things for free. Can I just mention one other thing for free? I'm not getting paid because I don't usually like to. I need to give a shout out. Well, Teresa and Jennifer Aiden were there. They called the paparazzi on themselves. J-Lo had her birthday party there. Bo Dietl was just there. But I want to give a shout out, Arthur and Sons in Bridgehampton. I have dinner there tonight, and they are just Lisa Gallo, the manager who runs Hamptons Vacay on Instagram. This is really non-paid. I would like to be paid for this. But on Instagram, Hamptons Vacay, if you want like an Airbnb, she has a house, people rent Airbnbs here. And she has a great house, very reasonable price. It's in East Hampton, Hamptons Vacay.